From Plant Lab in Austin, Texas, this is Stacker News Live!
Hello, this is Joe. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Stacker News Live. I'm Car with my BFF, Keyan.
I'm Keyan.
How are you doing, Keyan?
I'm great. Why can't I see the show?
What do you mean?
On? We usually can see the show that's going on.
Oh,
this is like
I forgot. Hang on. I forgot to literally switch it.
Anyway, my week was...
There you go. Now you can see the show. There you go. You happy?
Yeah.
Happy
I want to see the show. My week was good.
Here, stall. I got to fix this now. I got to bring this down. All right, keep going.
All right, I'm stalling. You stalled my ability to stall. But yeah, the week was good. I think it rained. You know, everyone likes to hear about the weather.
Dude, the weather's so bad right now in Austin.
I love it.
It's going to be this bad till at least February, the end of February. Then it gets normal.
You like it like hot here. I don't like it that hot here.
I hate it right now.
That's weird.
It's like living in hell. Because
you'll wear leather jackets and boots and jeans in 105-degree weather. It seems like you should like winter.
I do like winter. I just hate it when it rains and it's cold. Like, yeah, I think I got sick last night. And I took some medicine and I went to sleep and I woke up and felt better. Yeah,
this is the weather segment of Stacker News today.
Welcome to the weather segment.
How was your week?
It was good. It's been a very slow week, I think. I feel like a lot of people aren't back. You know what I mean?
Who's missing?
No, I mean like just back, like working. But today feels like a normal work day. But the rest of the week's been kind of slow. I'm looking forward to next week. It should be stuff should be popping off.
It should be popping.
Should be popping off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really good week. Stackers, I hope you're doing fine. If you've never seen the show before, it's called Stacker News Live. I do it with my BFF Keyan right here. We've been doing this for 101 episodes. It's something I enjoy now. I didn't enjoy it for the first 75, but recently
I would guess up until last week, up until this moment, he did not. He hated doing it.
Just barely started like doing it. Maybe after 77. So go back the first 77 episodes.
He'll change his mind next week. Don't worry, guys.
I do it for you, the Stackers, where we cover the top 5 stories. That's right, the top 5 stories that you vote on. I don't get a vote on it. I don't get to talk about anything that I want. I'm talking about what you guys want to see.
You do, though. You do.
No, seriously.
You get your top stories.
I think I voted for Super's Loan Shark, and that was it. That's it. Oh, and then I voted for Austin's Devs Territory. Didn't make it. But hey.
But you have multiple accounts, so we can't. This is not as transparent as it should be.
I have one account. It's called Car. That's it. There's another one. There's another Thriller X one, but that's just dormant. It's just in case this one.
And then you have a Pleb Lab one.
I'm not the only one that runs it, though. There you go. Think about that, Keyan. But We're going to jump into the top 5 stories while Keyan docks all my accounts. I also have a Thriller Bitcoin account, too, that I solely run. First top story is my experience of living in Turkey under soaring inflation. This is January 4th, Natalia post, Bitcoin post, 34 comments, 22,000 sats. What is this?
This is amazing. So Natalia is a nomad, and she's a Bitcoiner, and she's a writer. And so she wrote up what her experience in Turkey is like right now. I don't know what the inflation rate in Turkey is, but I suspect it's like in hyperinflation territory. And she kind of, I mean, we all have like if people are living in the United States, they might have ideas about what that would be like, but we don't actually know. Like, what is inflation experience like? What is the inflation with experience like on the ground? And so this kind of tells us, she kind of breaks that up pretty well, but apparently a lot of imported stuff is usually priced higher. Different stores have raised their prices differently than other ones, so there's like a pretty inconsistent experience there. Like some of them are responsive to inflation, other ones aren't. She one of the weird things she said she noticed is that a lot of people are trying to buy as much stuff as they possibly can,
like in bulk or something.
I think so. I mean, that's what she's implying would be behavior like that, where they're trying to make all of their purchases as soon as they get their money, so that they that money doesn't lose value, and it'll be more expensive to get the same stuff later. So this is something that inflation at even a 2% level is meant to do on some level, is increase consumption. But when the inflation rate is 50, 100, 200%, I imagine that might go into overdrive, which sounds like what she's describing. She said they're also like financing everything. They're buying these things with a credit card. She said it also. I mean, there's so much here. I don't want to you should just read it. But
what's this right here? Somebody making like clothing?
Yeah, I think it's like a traditional loom where they're like weaving fabric. So maybe
Nice.
possibly to make a carpet here. But Natalia's like really into crafts, or more recently really into crafts, because she's mostly a desk jockey, but she's been getting into this stuff. So she's been talking to a lot of these merchants who said that the like handcrafts are pretty much dying because none of the young people are willing to apprentice and do the like work that's required to learn these things, and because they don't anticipate much reward either, because these things don't really pay well because you're competing at a global level now. And people, a lot of people unfortunately don't care about quality as much as you wish they would, especially when they're like, having trouble paying for food and stuff. Anyway, cool. And she gives you also tips for, things to do, well, at least as her. Like one of the things is, storing your hard money, spending your cheap money. I forget what there's like a Gresham's law. I believe that's what that is. And then she likes to go directly from buy from people who are actually making the stuff. And she's talked about this before, but like really seeking out like very high quality items.
Yeah, I was talking to Sahil. He came by yesterday. We recorded a pod release on Sunday. He was talking about intentional purchasing is what he was describing. And so like everything that Sahil buys, he says that he like thinks long and hard about it, and he will not buy it unless he absolutely like, I forget how he described it, unless he absolutely like loves the thing that he has.
Like all of his Hawaiian shirts.
But no, he was just describing even like bar soap or like toothbrush or just like even the most simplest items, who will just wait to buy it because he wants everything, because he's a designer. He wants everything in his life to to reflect, I guess, his taste. I don't know.
Cool. That's pretty cool.
But these are really cool, man. I would love to just see a documentary on this. Like, how is it made?
Oh,
this is fascinating.
Looks like she did her own bookbinding. I think she said she went to a bookbinding museum.
Oh, wow.
And so she got into that.
That's so cool. I would love to see. I don't know. I was listening to a podcast this week. It definitely feels like there's a resurgence of these kind of handcraft things that I don't remember there ever being in the 2010s, but it definitely feels like there's a resurgence there. There was a podcast I was listening to, and she was describing like there's really no women magazines that appeal to normal traditional women, and the lady took it upon herself to make like a traditional magazine, something that her and her friends could, to look at, which I thought was like really interesting. And they did similar things where it's just all handcrafted stuff.
Well, I think, 20 years ago, doing this kind of stuff used to be common. A lot of people were doing this kind of stuff for their work. I think now so many people on computers, it's like counterculture hobby. It's like owning a record player in a way, like just doing some of these things. It's
interesting because you see like the younger generation, and like for us, I feel like we got thrown into this like panopticon as millennials, but I feel like the younger generation, you can kind of see two sides now. It's like it feels like there's like two sides to that now, where one side wants it really easy. The other side's like, no, I don't want to be on social media. No, I don't want to go that route. So I don't know. It's a really interesting time. Really interesting time.
Time is always interesting.
Especially now. Yeah.
I disagree.
We got Pretty Flacco at the top comment. It says, great post, Natalia. I've been living in Istanbul for 3 years. I can confirm your findings. We're talking about these things a lot in our Turkish Bitcoin community. Yambir? You can find us at yambir.org. You're my beer. We also have a Telegram group. Hope to see you there. Salah Malara, something.
Oh, cool.
And then Natalia commented back. I can't say that word. Sorry. I actually joined the group before, but then I decided to stop checking all social media. Ever think of bringing more Turk Bitcoiners into SN? Wow. Then we got David W. Says, amazing write-up. Great to see your skill and sat stacking, but have you found your own purchasing patterns change at all too over time? You've been there. Locals take on credit, bulk buy, and perhaps overconsume, but it sounds like, if anything, taking the opposite tact with Bitcoin up your sleeve, only purchasing what you need for any given week. Is that accurate? And has it caused any confusion for locals and friends? Question mark. Then she responds, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought this was Darth for a second, but nope. Cool.
Great post.
Great post. Keep it coming. The next top story is Loan Shark, Super Testnet's non-custodial Bitcoin only borrow and loan tool. This is December 30th, 2023 Bitcoin post. Super Testnet, 74 comments, 11,000 sats, baby boy.
Wow. I didn't. This is the first time I noticed that he used his NIM in third person there. I think that's pretty funny. Super Testnet's non-custodial coin only borrow loan tool. He's like branding his projects now. It's fun. Yeah. Shoot or shoot, as Car would say. And yeah, super. Anyway, this is a non-custodial Bitcoin borrow and loan tool. The motivation is arbitrage, tax arbitrage. If you've read about how rich people finance their lives, they'll say Elon Musk, who has a lot of paper wealth in terms of equity he owns in SpaceX and Tesla. What he'll do is he'll put that paper wealth up as collateral for a variety of credit products and use the credit to pay for his life, and then sell some of his paper wealth to pay off the credit or the interest on the credit that he has, and maintain a lower tax bill, and ultimately spend less money or lose less money than he would if he were to just liquidate his paper assets. This is a similar kind of thing, the advantage of doing something like this would be exactly that, but for Bitcoin, and it's all contractually stipulated in the time chain, and it's pretty cool. So you can pretty safe, assuming these contracts are written well, and you're securing your keys and everything properly. This is a pretty safe way to perform this kind of tax arbitrage and spend your Bitcoin.
Oh, I love how you added a progress bar, Super Testnet.
He's getting fancier and fancier.
Look at his drawings. Look,
there's a border radius, and look at that. He's gotten into border radiuses now.
I'm not surprised.
Pretty soon he'll use colors. I know he went pretty hard on what was the one that he did, the web store, the Magic Web Store.
Yeah, that might have been his best invention yet.
That was pretty cool. Anyway, that's pretty much that's the purpose anyway. And he goes through the flow in here, but you as a debtor, you can put up an offer for the interest rate that you want and the collateral that you demand, and this Loan Shark software will create the contract that makes it safe for you to lend and safe for the borrower to borrow.
Yeah. Good job, Super. We got the Wild Hustler says, funny to think plebs morphing into the bankers at the age of sovereign individual. Super Testnet says, be your own bank is a pretty old saying in Bitcoin. It mostly refers to keeping your money in your own custody, but you do the borrow and the loan part of the bank too if you want to. I think it's cool that anyone who lends money in Loan Shark gets guaranteed income if anyone takes their offer, with these caveats. Lists all the caveats. Got Super Attic. He says, yes, true. I'm playing the same dirty game bakers do with Bitcoin in this video. I like the real world. The main problem are the taxes. ! Why you even consider them? ? Why are you still playing your government game? F that and this too. And Super says, because I'm happy to pay taxes for services rendered. I am also happy to reduce my tax burden so that I do not overpay for services rendered. And then they get into a whole thing. Yeah. What do you think? Yeah.
I think it's cool. I think we'll see, I think financial services products on Bitcoin make sense. I'm not a finance person, so I don't get it, but I do understand people want to pay less taxes, and if you provide a tool for them to do
Doesn't
that, they will
Unchained
use
do
it.
that? Or they did do this, right?
Yeah, they'll offer collateralized loans. I think they don't
They don't do it anymore, right?
I'm not sure. I think someone told me that recently. Was that you who told me that?
I thought they released something. I could be wrong. Don't listen to us.
They might have stopped.
They might have stopped.
They might be making so much money on other stuff they decided not to do
Here's
that.
the alternative: Loan Shark.
I think they used to do. I think what they did was they didn't give you Bitcoin for your loan. Like they were all it was all denominated in dollars. So this is different in that regard. Like it's all happening on Bitcoin, and you would otherwise have to use an exchange to turn the Bitcoin that you borrowed into fiat.
Great. It's great. Keep them coming, Super. The next top story is dissection of a force close that already cost me 140,000 cents. This is from Seattle, December 31st. Lightning post, 20 comments, 10,000 cents. Keyan, how is he dissecting a force close?
Oh, by looking at his L&D logs, it looks like mostly. So Seattle has been running a routing node for a long time. I feel like since the very beginning, and they're like a very diligent node runner. Most of us will run nodes and not really like monitor them very closely or make sure they're performing terribly well financially, but Seattle does. And so he noticed in the high fee environment that we've been having amidst the ordinal inscription stuff, he noticed that he had a force close on one of his channels, and it cost him a pretty penny. It cost him 140,000 cents.
Is that what this is right here, which is HSWC channel link? Is that what that is?
No, I think that represents a connection, I believe, to his peer.
Okay.
He's describing.
Okay. I think he said, Sally, my peer didn't respond to this. Okay. Leaving my node with a stuck HTLC.
Yeah, he had a peer that went offline, or that appeared to him to be offline, and he had a payment route through his node. But for some reason, L&D didn't recognize that channel as being unavailable, and it still attempted to route through that channel.
Is that a bug?
He describes it. He considers it a bug. There's quite a lengthy discussion on L&D's GitHub issues about it.
Oh, roast beef
dating back to a few years from now. And so they've made changes, but they perhaps have not fixed this exact bug. There's Blue Mad is in this thread here describing related behavior that he's seen. Maybe not the exact same behavior, but related behavior he's seen possibly through Cash App's nodes. And anyway, what happens is the HTLC times out, and then L&D force closes because L&D force closes the channel with its peer. His L&D force closes the channel with its peer, and then ends up wreaking havoc in terms of fees paid.
So it looks like the last comment was May 15th from the Blue Mat. He says, I'm not super familiar with L&D's internals, so I have no idea what would cause it. All I can say is I've seen 2 instances of confirmed L&D peers, which were at least they were alive enough to ping pong for days across a TCP socket. One was able to log. So maybe the bug is simply that the disconnection there doesn't work right. Anyway, sounds like this isn't right issue to discuss it. So we should move back to 7682.
Yeah, there's a bunch of related bugs. This stuff is really complex. You have you're basically doing very complex things in response to a complex entity that's out of your control. And so there's a variety of like scenarios you need to consider in these.
Wow, dude, that sounds like so frustrating. Just like it sounds like you fix one thing, it causes another thing, and then at least that's how I see it. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
I mean, I think it is a dance, and you can step on toes.
So what ended up with the post then?
He just describes the whole, like, his observations of the whole ordeal of him having to pay 140,000 sats in fees, which for something that really wasn't his fault. I think is the most concerning, is the most problem. It's not like his node went offline. It's that someone else's node went offline. It was seen by him to even be offline. Yet this force close still happened because an HTLC was forwarded to this peer that was offline. So I think that's why he went in to dissect it, and he probably went in to dissect it to make sure it wasn't his fault and there's not something he can do to prevent it in the future. Because if you're running a routing node like this, and this happened a lot, and maybe fees even go up higher than they have been, that could be a big problem.
Gosh, dude. Got the top stacker Shyfire. He says, "Wow, Lightning really is a centralizing force. Way too intense for actual plebs to run nodes with real channels." I mean, I feel like before it wasn't that hard. I don't know. Can you chime in or no?
I think it's in terms of profitability. I mean, even if you look at this, like 140,000 sats is
what, $30?
Well, it's maybe more like 40.
Okay.
Which is it's not nothing. But if it happens frequently enough, it will definitely impact your ability to run a node profitably.
Yeah.
And so if a pleb is trying to run a profitable routing node, that would interfere with that. And if you're a merchant or something, and these kind of force closes happen to you, that's at some point that might exceed a credit card fees, or
Oh wow, good point. He's got Ciato. He says you can use, and then he references this GitHub here, circuit breaker, to limit the number of pending HTLCs and push the financial risk towards a potential spamming sender. So, man, good lengthy post. It's always interesting to see the stackers come in to Stacker News to post stuff like this. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like, this is where they come. Like, they probably, I don't know if they vetted on GitHub, or instead of going to Twitter, GitHub, or some of these other places, they're like, no, you go to Stacker News and like drop all this information here. I always find that fascinating. It's not the first time we've seen posts like this before. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, Ciato hadn't really been posting on Stacker News until the Lightning territory was created. So like immediately after the Lightning territory was created, Ciato started posting.
Here, let's get Ciato 140,000 sats.
140, maybe not
140. Somebody drop 50. I'll drop 50. Let's make it happen.
All right, Car, I'm waiting. I can hold this podcast while you
I'll send it to him. Let's see if it goes through. I don't know. I'm using Moon. Don't judge me.
Are you really?
I'm just kidding.
Oh my God.
That's a joke. 2 years later, we're still using Moon. The next top story. That's my joke. The next top story is Altcoin Redux. Is it Redux? Redu?
Yeah.
Redux. This is from Jimmy Song, December 31st. Bitcoin post. 16 comments. 11,900 sats. Baby boo. Jimmy, what is it? I mean, Keyan, what is this?
Yeah. So Jimmy wrote.
Is he at it again?
He's at it again. What is he at? I don't get it.
He's still pushing the fork?
Oh, no. This isn't about the fork. This is more so about like why he thinks like ordinals are why we're seeing things that look like altcoins on Bitcoin is because he thinks that in popular culture's mind that it's become clear that Bitcoin is different than Ethereum and Solana, and so they're going directly onto Bitcoin in an attempt to I guess do altcoining on Bitcoin on the thing where they can maybe get a little cover and hide from their shitcoinery.
I think it was inevitable, Keyan. I think this was inevitable. It was always going to head this way, right?
I don't know.
He says that's why ordinals and BRC20 are becoming more popular. There's a little chance of escaping the AQUA moniker by releasing a token on Ethereum or Solana now. Yeah. See what the stackers say. Elvis Mercury says, continuing to wolf cry everything you don't like as a scam is going to do way more harm to Bitcoin and to the larger ecosystem than ordinals ever will. We got Publius G. He says, ironic. I like calling out religion personally, biggest scam of them all. Actually, I mostly just ignore them both, the S-Coin scams as well as save your soul, give me your money scam. We got DGY says, yes, unfortunately, some Bitcoiners fall for the fee market trap. Fighting the spam attack starts on. I don't know, man. The world is what you make it, Keyan.
The world's what you make it?
If you think this is going on, then it's going on. You're going to let it bother you. It's going to bother you. I actually think he's writing a book right now. I feel like this is Jimmy.
Another one?
I feel like he's writing a book about
ordinals?
Maybe it's just about like Bitcoin fights back or something.
The ordinal
I think he's just like
wars.
testing it out there.
Ooh,
This is such a great way to write a book though. Like just write it out in the open. Get the stackers
compile
to give
it
you,
into
get some
essays.
stackers to
It
get you
seems
some.
celeb style.
Yeah, that way you can have all the stackers give you the. I see you, Jimmy.
Give you the alpha.
I love the idea. It's good. But I don't know, man. What's your take on the whole? I've never asked you about the whole Ornos thing, BRC20. Do you have a strong take on it?
I mean, I don't really have a strong. I don't think I have a strong take. I like that miners are getting paid more. I don't like that everyone else is having to pay more as a result of it. And we've talked about it a bit. I mean, I get the art thing. I don't really know much about it. I also get the graffiti thing. I get the impulse for that. Not that that's like the best impulse ever. I definitely don't get the BRC20 thing, which is creating most of these fees.
I think it was going to happen eventually. I think when you have anything that's like culturally life-changing to a certain group of people and other people look and see it, and they're like, oh, I want a piece of that. I want to do something like that. They try to fill in that thing, whatever that thing is, and they want to be a part of it too. But, I think that's what's going on. I think it's just normal culture stuff. And I think it's just Bitcoin just becoming more popular over time,
Yeah. I mean, I think having spats like this are good for Bitcoin. I think having these debates are good for Bitcoin. I think we couldn't have better people working on ordinals and inscriptions, and because they, in my opinion, I know a lot of people disagree. In my opinion, they are Bitcoiners. They just see Bitcoin differently.
They're still building.
Yeah, they're building, and
builders are going to build.
Yeah, but I don't like, in many ways I agree with the camp that would prefer Bitcoin being exclusively used as money.
But yeah, that's not where it's going. It looks like.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to. I mean, another way to view this is we haven't built enough great money things for it to compete with.
Good point.
Gross stuff like this.
There's just not enough like actual real Bitcoin products outside of money. Yeah, right.
When I think about how many people are actually building stuff on Bitcoin, it's kind of depressing because there aren't as many as I think it deserves. And so
it's so hard, dude.
It's not that hard though.
I think it's hard.
I mean, eventually it won't be because someone will make it. There'll be enough paths open where it'll be easy, but people should be trying to do this hard stuff now. And, Casey put in a crap ton of work into ordinals that I didn't see many people building, something that competes with ordinals and has as much demand for block space as Casey and doing anything with it. So,
yeah.
He just outcompeted it. Unfortunately, it outcompeted them. And there's lots there, of course. Of course, there's, when you're releasing speculative assets on this thing, perhaps you have more motivation than not, but it's complicated.
I would say buckle up, stackers. It's about to get more Wild West out there in the Bitcoin space. Put on your cowboy hats.
You better get
Put on those boots. It's about to get wild. You're going to run through this Wild West.
What are the boots?
I think we're going to see the biggest run of all time. That's what I think. It's going to be because of all this stuff.
I think it's going to
be crazy.
I think Bitcoin's going down. That's what I think. I think the price is
so bearish. Everybody in Austin's bearish except for Car.
I think it's dangerous to be bullish.
Is it dangerous to be bullish?
Yeah.
Everybody keeps telling me, quit being so bullish.
I don't like it. I'm scared. I'd prefer to operate as if, what would I do if Bitcoin's price went to $10,000 for a decade? What would I do? And I do that.
Keep doing it.
But when you start thinking about Bitcoin's going to the moon, it's going to millions of dollars.
Because of all this stuff, Keyan. Because of all this stuff. Of course it is. Because of all this stuff.
I don't think this necessarily bodes well.
So you don't think we're
going to
see a DeFi market this run in Bitcoin? We totally are.
I don't think about those things, but maybe. I don't like to make predictions like that. Again, I take the bear case, which is 10K a Bitcoin.
I'm telling you, it's coming, and there's no stopping it. Anyways, next top story. This is the final top story. This is the final top story. Final top story is from Thon, January 4th. A Bitcoin post, 40 comments, 6,811 sats. My thoughts on AQUA Wallet. It's a big brain post, it looks like. What the heck is AQUA?
So AQUA is a liquid wallet, or a wallet, a like Bitcoin wallet, a mobile Bitcoin wallet that also has liquid support in it. And yeah, I don't actually, a lot of people are telling me this is a new wallet. I'm pretty sure this wallet has been around for a long time.
Is that spelled AQUA right? I feel like I'm swimming right now in AQUA and it doesn't. Oh, I'm thinking Aquafina. Okay.
Yeah, that's a comedic, Asian comedic actress. Aquafina.
I thought that was a drink of water.
It also is a drink of water,
Oh, okay.
but this
is not the same.
It's an Asian comedic actress.
This is not by Aquafina.
I don't know, unless maybe Aquafina. This was released in collaboration with Aquafina as a
best collab of all time.
Yeah, promotional marketing, whatever. Product placement.
All right, what is this, Keyan?
Yeah, so this again, as I was saying, this is a liquid Bitcoin.
Samson Mao made this?
And Samson Mao made it.
What?
I guess they re-released it recently because there was some renewed interest around liquid.
This Samson Mao?
It had been around. Yeah.
The guy that knows how to play bass? He knows how to play bass.
El Salvador. Does he?
Yeah,
You guys should jam out.
No, he jammed out in front of everybody. I was so shocked. He played like in Miami. He played like what was it? Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Was it good?
Dude, it was so good.
Okay.
It was the craziest thing ever. I was like shocked. And now he builds wallets. What
well, I don't know if he himself built it, but they released it. Anyway, this Thon goes through and kind of, poop. I think.
Oh, wow. We got to, okay.
Yeah, largely is kind of bearish on the wallet.
Closed source?
It's closed source.
Check.
It uses the app stores.
Does it have a GitHub though? Maybe.
It does not have a GitHub. You cannot.
Yep. Strike one.
Cannot avoid the app stores to
trust me, bro.
Install it. And they said, what? Oh, it has. I guess it has. It has Ethereum and Tron in it.
What do you mean, like Ethereum and Tron?
I think you can store Ethereum and Tron in the wallet.
Oh, it looked like George came
which is probably in service of like Tether stuff, to be honest, because I know Liquid has Tether support. Or some people
it looks like George came and said, just a heads up, this issue came up with Second News. If you have someone who can address a narrative on that platform, it might dispel some of the FUD. Good luck, George. He's saying, good luck, George. And then Samsung Joy, he said, thanks, George, but we'd rather focus on working on AQUA. Yeah. Sorry, stackers.
Yeah, we can't get Samsung.
Maybe you invite him to come play bass for Stacker News.
That's what we really need. Yeah. We need a bass host. We needed the ability for someone to play bass.
How do you play bass so well? And then he'll come, maybe. App stores? Can you get an app store?
You can, but you shouldn't, is Thon's argument. You shouldn't download any Bitcoin wallet from an app store.
Wow, this is not looking good. Okay. Support? S-chain support.
We talked about that already. It has
terms of service. What's the terms of service?
Thon thinks terms of service and privacy policies are anti-Bitcoin.
This was in the top 5?
This was in the top 5. I mean, people are
Stackers
are curious.
Voted for this?
I think people are curious about Liquid right now. I've heard more Bitcoiners talking about Liquid than I feel like I ever have before. A lot of
people are Liquid curious.
They are Liquid curious, and they should be proud about it.
LCs, bunch of LCs out there.
LCs.
Liquid curious. We got it on. He says, always amazed that people install every stuff that comes along their way on the first day. Open or closed source, take care. Wow. And then Plubius G says, yeah, that's the mindset. Apple and Google have done a great job at making the App Store the one-click place to go. So easy and simple with tap to install. It's safe because Apple reviews submissions. Fix the money, fix the world says, I looked at this yesterday, as you pointed out. There are so many red flags. I would not touch this wallet with a 10-foot pole. Zekias chimed in. He says, why not be FOSS from the start? Build in the open and be honest. That is this alpha software. Crazy.
Yeah, Zeus has a good point. Is like because the reason cited why they didn't open source it is that they're squashing bugs. but I don't really unless they have so many bugs that they need to rely on people not exploiting them.
Man, it's a good thing that Darthcoin's not here. Imagine this post would be lit up. It'd be lit up right now.
I don't know, with posts like this that are easy. I find my recollection is Darthcoin would just like throw his hands up and be like, "You fucking shitcoiners," more or less.
Yeah, Blockchain Boogie says, "Yes, this is everything that is wrong with the wallet and the approach they took, but I commend them for trying a solution that can meet the common person. The hardcore cypherpunk would never use this, but people who don't care about how liquidity layer is on, they just want something that works and looks beautiful." As a tester of some many things in Bitcoin software land, you come across a lot of B stuff, and that I have lost sats.
Yeah, I think people aren't storing their wealth in this wallet is an important point to make. Most of them are using it to swap in and out of.
Looks like Natalia put something that she deleted.
And Lightning and going to on-chain, they're not using this. They're not like storing their life savings in this app. So maybe you don't have to be that concerned about it. But
look, I'm swimming to the shore now. See, swimming away from.
Oh, that's right. We're in the water.
We were in
the water isn't moving, so we're just like frozen in it. That's frozen water.
I mean, we'll see. Maybe Barack will save us all. Never know. He's building the ark. He's building the ark. You never know.
And he is familiar with liquid because he used to be a liquid
building the ark. Maybe he's the guy. That's all the top 5 stories for the week, Stackers. We did it. Sorry, it took forever. Or not. Maybe you enjoyed that. Keyan, this is your top story. What is this?
This is my top story. This is a great post by Henrik Carlson. Elvis had shared another essay by this guy. The previous essay was about how writing on the web is like a search query to find interesting people, was the other one that this guy wrote that I also enjoyed quite a lot. This one's about explore versus exploit. And, trying basically what you can do more or less to try to find the right thing to work on.
It's an amazing picture, by the way. I don't know what I'm looking at, but it seems like somebody's pulling somebody from behind.
I believe
but from the top.
I believe it's a painting is what it looks like. It could be AI, but he doesn't cite it, so maybe it is AI. But he describes here how he found his more recent path in life, and he did it by exploring a lot of different options, giving himself the freedom to kind of choose a variety of things to do, and gradually whittling it down, like getting basically from the information he gathered, exploring, choose fewer things to work on, and then eventually choosing really one thing to work on, which in this case for him is writing. And he said he's on track by the end of this current year.
That's good.
This newly started year to be able to support himself in terms of writing, and he deserves to be able to, in my opinion.
That's a writer's dream, dude.
His writing is so good. And
good for him.
Yeah, it's a great post.
I'll read it. Bookmark this.
Yeah.
Culture post. Elvis Mercury. He always finds some good stuff.
He does. He's a reader.
Did you see that Sam Altman quote right here? It says, "Almost everyone I've ever met would be well served by spending more time thinking about what to focus on." Think about that, Keyan.
I think it's true. I think focus is very powerful, and it's hard to.
I think that's true too.
Appreciate it.
I spent most of Tuesday just thinking what I want to accomplish in 2024 and how to do it, and then working back from it. I think it's important. At least spending a day to design your year. Maybe, I don't know. Tell me crazy.
No, I think spending time to think about what you want to do. But that would be more like explore. So what he's saying, that's basically what he's saying, is people probably need to explore, but not exclusively explore. Eventually, you need to exploit. He kind of goes through like the game theory of it.
I'll check it out.
It's good.
Cool. Your next top story is welcome to the devs territory. This is a Bitcoin pleb dev post. He's
over there somewhere. It might be deep on a coding vision quest.
Maybe it's a semicolon.
He might be missing a semicolon again. That guy. Anyway, But
you heard it, I think.
Bitcoin Pleb Dev started the devs territory on Stacker
I
News.
know this is kind of a boss territory. I'm not gonna lie, this is pretty good.
And he's been putting in the work. He's responding to people in it. He's posting every day. He's really going for it. So I just wanted to
look at
give him
him.
a shout.
I'm so proud of him. Look at this.
That was his Pleb Devs community.
God.
Did you have an opinion on his logo when they shopped around logos?
I know. I think it's his look. It's like the way he wants to design it, right?
I know, but they posted in our Slack. They posted like a variety of different logos that they were thinking about. Did you not have an opinion?
I think, dude, you got to make it the way you want, right? And then over time, it'll evolve. I mean, when I came up with the Thriller logo first, like it was completely didn't look like the way it looks now, and then over time, it just evolved into that logo. So I think this is a good starting point, and then it'll evolve naturally. Just people will inform you. But yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Anyway, excited for that territory.
Make prisms. What's prisms?
Prism.
Oh yeah.
You know what prisms are, don't you? That's what Austin's been working on for like the past.
Oh yeah. I knew that.
I don't know. I feel like 3, 4, 6 months, maybe.
Cool. Pretty cool. Look at this. No, you can't use JavaScript because it's single threaded. What about?
Wait, I don't want to be on the wrong side there.
I just shipped another project. That's funny. I love that. More of this stuff. Left side, right side. My top story is this one. AQUA Wallet. First release with Fedimint support. Ready for alpha testing. You see this?
Yeah, I saw it. I talked to Tony a bit about it.
Yeah.
I think it's cool. I think it's
bold. He's like all in. It's like that whole team's all in on Fedi.
Well, they have a very unique perspective on it because they know the team at Fedi pretty well, and they're also working in a programming language that Fedi is using. There's so many similarities. Or so many things that they can pull from to build a great Fedi experience in addition to a Lightning experience. I think I'm quite bullish on the approach that they're taking with it.
Yeah. What do you think about Fedi and Stacker News? You implement it?
I don't know. So this is something that I don't know how.
Make a federation with all the territory leaders, maybe?
No, I don't think that makes sense. But I'm not sure if it's legally defensible that a federation is not subject to the same rules as everything else. It's unclear to me so far whether that's true. And I think it's unclear to most people as well. But you're definitely in a better position as a federation member, like a federated custodian member, than you would be as a single custodian. But it's pretty sure you're not still a target and potentially liable for a variety of things the government might want to make you liable for. So I don't know. I think as time goes on, there'll be more clarity here. I think the Fedi team has a perspective on this, and they've maybe done quite a bit of work and legal legwork, or figuring this out. And so maybe it is a viable path. But it's certainly more viable than being a custodian. And with Lightning the way it is, a lot of people are not going to be able to have a non-custodial spending wallet with fees that are very high right now. And so this is maybe in my opinion and Tony's opinion too, this seems like a pretty great next best thing.
Yeah,
if not liquid, which is what other people are considering the next best thing.
It's funny. Next thing I want to show is the talk that I just had with Tony this week. We talk about all this stuff. Like talk about liquid stuff, the ARC stuff, Fedi stuff, Lightning stuff. And he answers all these same hard questions.
That's how Tony used to look before he went into a cryo chamber.
Oh, you mean this thing right here?
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. But yeah, check it out, Stackers. It's definitely worth a listen, I would say, if you're building. There's just so many stuff that he's already tried. So everything he says, it sounds like he's thought through it with his team and stuff. So I don't know, man.
He's a thinker.
I'm more of a wait and see kind of guy. I'll see what happens.
You are a wait and see. You say that. about nearly
Why not?
every
Why
story.
not? Why not?
I mean, it's a very safe position to be in.
It's always the position to be in. It's so new.
It is new. I agree.
The next one I want to share is this one. Find your co-founder, building partner on Stacker News or Stacker News. So we did this one again this month. Not that many people, but we got this guy named It's Tom K. He shared this Bitcoin Film Fest. Did you see this?
No.
This is what he's making. Posted on Stacker News. Bitcoin Film Fest.
Dude,
he's talking about all the stuff that he's going to do. We got this guy. He's doing like a stable coin thing. And
okay.
Yeah.
I
That's pretty much
posted.
it. Yeah, you posted. You're still looking for everything engineer.
I'm still looking for an everything engineer.
Good luck with that.
The number 2.
Number 2.
I posted it on Bitcoiner Jobs. I'm starting to get.
Did Corey let you post it on Bitcoin Jobs?
Get more serious. Core what? Oh, Corey? Yeah. Me and Corey are real tight. Ever since he called me up immediately when this drama started going on today, he called me up. He's like, Keyan, what should I do? He's like, buddy, they don't believe I invested all this money. I'm like, dude, well, you just got to show them your basketball skills. You just got to dunk on them. Just do it. Do it on social media. You got to dunk on social media.
I'm so red. So funny. I'm so glad the stackers don't care about any of that stuff.
Right.
They're just like so pleb, dude. They're just like, keep stacking. Ignore. Another thing I want to bring up, also top builder next week. Submissions have to be in. That's it.
They'll cut you. Car will cut you. He does not.
It's
He'll
less work
pull
for
the
me.
ladder up. Dude.
I don't know, dude.
See where them, Car.
If you want help, cool. If you don't, less work for me. But yeah, we got judges, we got mentors. Look, even Keyan. He's I
didn't agree to it, but
totally agree to it.
It's
too late.
What am I going to do? The website.
We even have a Breeze. Maybe we'll get.
You do have Breeze? Roy?
Maybe we'll get Roy. I was talking to their team.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, I'm gonna try it, dude.
Roy's the brain.
I know.
Guys are real.
We'll see what happens.
Okay. What? Okay. Cool. Do you have?
You're all excited.
Do you have a lot of teams? No, I'm excited about founders.
Right now, we have 5 that have officially, or they're already done submitted, and then we got another 2, 3 like coming in, and then just people who said they're going to do it but just haven't signed up yet. So I think we'll probably end up with like 15 or 13, somewhere around there.
Wow,
which is that's a lot of man hours.
That's a tight cut, though. I mean, because from what I heard, you had like 4. You have had many more applicants than that, huh?
Well, yeah, from like 45, 41.
Yeah, you whittled it down, dude.
I mean, some people don't like. You'd be surprised, like when you tell them you have to talk first and then explain you'd be surprised, like putting that filter actually reduces.
So you're like happy with the amount right now. This is just a special inside tip.
I thought for some reason there would be more. For some reason I thought there would be more, but I think there's just not a lot of. Yeah, I don't know what.
Have you done that final push though? I feel like I haven't seen that. Like
it's been a holiday. Next week I'll be a little bit louder, but
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, we still got some time.
Anyway, if you think you're the next top builder, apply.
Get on it.
And then Meta. Let's jump into Meta, Keyan.
Yeah. Well, I want to talk about this because you gave me a bit of an ear beating. I don't know if it's today or yesterday.
Wow. You take my ear beatings really personally like that?
My ears are sensitive. I have autism.
Who else is going to tell you the
hearing.
truth? Keyan, who else is going to tell you the truth?
I'm the
only person that can tell you something.
I'm not
like
serious. No, you're not.
Who else can tell you something?
Everyone ever, because I let them tell me whatever they want. But mutes are there. A lot of people ask for them. And so I did mutes, and it's not like a mute, like a social media mute where you're muting a person, you never see them again. It's like a mute where it just doesn't show up in your home feed and your recent and top and stuff, but you can still visit the territory.
I'm gonna mute Cube.
You should, if you want to.
So my whole thing, stackers. This is my whole thing for the territory leaders out there. Founders. Yeah.
Leaders. Yeah, that's a bit of an inflated title, buddy.
Whatever you call yourself. My whole thing was like, it seemed like you were taking the position of the stackers than the position of the territory founders. So when I was looking, I was like, well, I would have just named it Bitcoin builders instead of builders. But now that because everybody's going to, dude, the average stacker will mute everything but anything Bitcoin.
I don't think you know that. Maybe we should look at that.
We should do a poll.
I should give you some data on it. But like we can see who's muted what. I suspect that most people have not muted. I haven't muted any. I mean, if there are some that I would mute, but most of them I would not mute because most of the content posted everywhere is still pretty good. I know there are people who are like, have issues with there being more territories now, and some of it they don't want to see. But I want to see pictures that Bitcoiners are posting, or photography. I want to see Bitcoiners are posting. I want to see art that Bitcoiners are posting. I want to see fiction that Bitcoiners are writing.
See, look, you said this,
so why am I gonna...
and then I said maybe builders as well, blah, blah. And I said sub territories, please. And now with this muted feature, I instantly regret calling it builders. Because like that's how I look at it. It's like
because you're responding to one very loud person who.
It's you.
No, that wasn't me. That was a dude who was like, these are the territories I'm going to have. And I'm like, well, it seems like you're really focused on Bitcoin tech stuff. So here's like the ones that I think are like Bitcoin tech oriented.
All I'm saying as a territory founder, just give us a little bit more.
Did you renew?
Give us a little bit. Oh, did it come in?
It should. I mean, you should.
I have to log into the blah, blah one. I thought I was supposed to automatically take it out.
Oh, it might have automatically done it for you.
Yeah, it's fine. We're good.
There you go.
Yeah. I think we made more than enough to cover it. So.
Attaboy. so sour about it.
Hey, man. I'm just telling you what the stackers don't want to tell you. That's it.
They told me
keep it
They
real.
Say these things themselves.
Keep it real.
To me, all
anyway,
like
just make the nest. Just make the little.
I have so many things to do.
All right, give us a little sneak peek. What's next?
Someone asked already. There's like a post if you want to go look for it. And I told them these are like the things that this is a roadmap for territories. But I'm also trying not to go to jail. So
where is the roadmap? I don't see this one. Spot for territories.
It should be in Meta.
Yeah, it's on Meta.
Okay, well let's look. Let's see. It said it was like they're requesting a roadmap. It might not have got zapped a lot. So
stackers find it.
More
drop it in the comments. Stackers. Come on. We got to cover this.
Don't keep.
Oh, sorry. January 4th?
Territory development roadmap right there.
Oh.
Need creations. Here we go.
This is where you said territory roadmap is roughly cross-posting. Cross-posting where?
You can post to multiple territories at the same time.
Now you bring me back in.
There you go. Right. So like I have something I'm posting in Bitcoin. It's relevant to Bitcoin builders, but also Bitcoin.
Just fix. That's all right.
There's a lot of stuff we have to do. And so that then we'll allow name changes. And then we'll allow these sub-territories and sub-sub-territories and sub-sub-sub-territories.
Every territory and sub-territory gets its own reward.
People can donate.
What does this mean, territory gets its own reward?
Reward pool means people can donate to the builders territory.
More economic moderation tools. What does this mean in English?
That means people can put up fidelity bonds. Like when they join, when they want to post. No, if they want to post in your territory, they put up like, I don't know, like 1,000 sats. And if they say something,
were these rook ideas?
No.
Okay. Like they're rook ideas.
He's more skeptical of territories than I am. I'm a territory bull. He's a territory bear.
This cross posting fixes a lot of my problems. All right, cool. I'm back in. You had me scared, man. I was scared. There's a lot that needs to be done. And so that is just true. But I don't disagree with you that certain features need to be developed. I'm on board with those. So, all right, cool. So that's the meta for this week. We're going to jump into super stat segment of the week. Keyan, this is top stackers.
This is top stackers. Who we got? We got Siggy again at the top of the charts. I don't know. We should give him like a different colored hat for how.
Is he a territory owner?
He does. He owns. I think he owns two. He owns cats and dogs, and he owns books and articles.
Cool.
They're like the most wholesome territories we have.
That's awesome.
And
does it show territory owners in their bio or no? Oh, it doesn't. It doesn't show their territories.
Not yet. See, we're like so
behind.
Yeah, we're like, see, there's so much stuff that we know needs to be done.
No, you're fine. I was just curious.
What else we got? Okay, yeah, Xias. He's doing an interesting experiment right now where he's
dropping some like posts all the time where I'm like looking at him like, wow.
He's dropping a lot of posts, but he's also doing an experiment where he spins his balance to zero every day. Zap him. Oh, zap. Yeah. And yeah, Undisciplined was the next top. And then Elvis. I need to take myself out.
You see
I
that
didn't even
every
put the
week.
live banner.
Oh,
up.
look, Bitcoin Club Dev. Shipping. David W. Ray Ruby. Kepford. Yeah, this is good stuff, man. Oh, Jimmy. Can you believe it? Oh, and merch. Wow.
Dude, look at these guys. 20K sats for the week, bro.
Zap them so you can ship the next book.
Zap.
There you go.
It's going to happen. What do you think it'll be called?
What was this one called?
Fiat Ruins Everything is his latest.
This will probably be called BRC20s and the demise of Bitcoin.
Oh, no. You think it's going to turn
I don't know. I was thinking of a spicy take. Spicy book take. Merch.
Interesting. I wonder if we'll see a fork. This run. It'll be
We're totally gonna see. We're gonna see it all. We're gonna see all the 2017 stuff all over again.
Why?
I think
because we didn't see one last run, right? We didn't see a significant fork
because it was like a 2012, 2013 kind of thing. This one feels more like a 2017 thing.
You think we'll actually see a fork? I don't think so. I think people
see NFTs. We're gonna see ERC20 or ERC20.
I think people have.
We're gonna see forks. We're gonna
to the mining incentives, and they understand it's just not.
It was
inevitable.
inevitable. This is where it was always gonna go.
Maybe it will. That'd be shocking to me.
I don't think that's bullish. I just think that's just where it's going to go.
I think it's interesting. I just wouldn't expect a fork. Seems unlikely.
Right now you're telling me like, what do I think? That's what I think.
We'll
see how wrong I am. Probably be completely wrong. Keep stacking stackers. That's all you need to worry about. Stack.
Keep stacking. And now, so that was.
Oh yeah. So we're gonna jump into the
best segment in the world.
Wow, you're on board with it finally.
The best segment.
Oh, you said you said the worst.
No, I said the best.
It could be the worst.
I'm just competing with you for that time where you shat on this segment.
This is the dumbest segment, but it's grown on me. Because why? Ben the Carmen. Look at this. He's up, bro. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
He is in 6. He used to be.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
In 7.
I told Rook to flash cowboy hat. He didn't. This proves you might need to remove yourself from here. That's all I'm saying. You want to turn this.
So if I remove me, he is in the top 5.
He's in the top 5.
But there are several accounts I believe that are hidden that have even better cowboy.
Doesn't matter. They don't watch the show, so they don't know they're never going to turn it on.
Who we lost was Orthwer.
I think the biggest person here is Siggy, and I don't know if Ben will ever catch him. But
telling you, dude, Siggy does not play. People think he has a horse picture as his avatar, and he does. But that does you take the wrong interpretation of what a horse means.
Ben is literally like one product shipment away from overtaking, maybe. Well, probably stacked, right? Maybe Bitcoin.
Stacked?
Yeah.
Stacked is hard to get Siggy. Siggy's almost made more money than I have on Stacker News, and he's spent 10 times less than I have. How crazy is that?
Yeah, Siggy might be the exception.
He's made several $1,000.
Yeah, I'm looking at the scenario where Ben comes up here. I can see him overtaking We Are All Satoshi. That's easy. And then even Bird Eye
also killing it.
Yeah, now that you mention it, you should just remove yourself anyway, so that way it will probably be because We Are Satoshi. I love you, but Ben's coming.
He probably knows that Ben is closing on him, and
even Sats Cats. This guy wasn't around for a while, right? Or this person here, 124.
Sats Cats, I do recall being there early. They're not a very active poster.
So Bitcoin in the future is coming too as well.
Gosh, Elvis is also. Look at Elvis is climbing. It's getting tighter and tighter, Car. It's like Top Builder, but for cowboy hats. Really, got to whittle them down. You got to cut them like you. I'm learning from you, Car. You just got to cut them. You got to start with 50.
Oh my God.
Only let 5 in.
See, but I take myself out of the running, Keyan. Look, you're still there.
I don't know, Car. You kind of put yourself front and center of the whole Top Builder thing.
Never. All right. That's all we got for this week. Keyan, what are you doing this weekend?
What am I doing this weekend? I don't think I'm doing anything really. I have to return a MacBook.
Oh yeah, did you remove it? That's a new one? Oh wow.
It's a new one. See my black.
Dude, everybody has a black Mac now. Jeez.
They're sexy, dude. This isn't the one. I'm going to return this one and get one with more RAM because it doesn't have enough RAM. It only has 8 gigabytes of RAM and 512 gigabytes of, what do they call it? disk, well, an SSD, but it has another name. Anyway, so I'm gonna get another one, but I think it's a really nice, I mean, I like the profile of it. That's all I'm gonna do this weekend. What are you doing?
We got Nostradamus tomorrow, so that'll be fun. I'm also talking to Joe Martin, I think.
Lubin?
No, Joe Martin. He's the musician. He's like I'm talking to him this weekend. So
virtual, or he's gonna be in town?
Yeah, virtual.
Okay.
So we'll have him on the pod. So that'll be cool. That'll come out Thursday.
Cool.
Yeah, just doing that, and then just regular house duty stuff. We got some fountain zaps. This is from Blockchain Boogie. Says Happy New Year's zap. And this other guy says love Stacker News. Vake says my New Year's resolution is to finally meet Car and Keyan.
I bet this is someone we know, and they already like know us, and they're just fucking around.
Vake is?
I think so, dude.
You think that's who it is?
I think so. Why? Maybe it's Topher. Maybe it's Topher.
Okay, well, let me show you, because
maybe
this. So we got other stuff. This from the last part. It says AO. Then we got Wild Hustle, whoop whoop, and then Vake came in and he said, "Car and Keyan have forced closed their way into my heart and soul." What is?
Yeah, no, that's like Topher or someone over. That's like Austin, and he's like, as an M. It could even be Jim. Mr. Cascader, cascading.
Oh, so you think Vake is somebody that we know? Vake, confirm this. That would be cool if it is.
I mean, who knows? But I thought that was a fun interpretation.
They're just like they love the show. Yeah, that's good. All right, Sackers, you go this weekend. You stay out of the rain if there's rain. You go hang out with your friends. Drink some wine. And enjoy life.
Except you can't drink wine because you're not drinking.
No sober January. We're doing it.
Isn't it like sober September? Isn't it supposed to like rhyme?
Well, I'm starting a workout routine, so I'm trying to get that started. And then
Car's getting swole, dude. You know, see his jacked arms. I could when I sat down here. Yeah, it's like the vein in his neck. It hit me.
It's gonna be a tough year.
He got a little excited.
It's gonna be a tough year. It's gonna be a tough year.
Reflected the light into my eye.
Yeah. Anyways. We got a whole crowd here now.
I know. What's going on?
There's a party back there. All right. See you later, Stackers.
Zap.